Thank you so much for joining us today, Anu. It's a pleasure to talk to you, and it's our first ever video series. So I'm just so happy to be doing this with you. So let's talk about your childhood a bit. Were you always a creative kid? Were you always into music? Like, how was it for you?
I have always been a creative kid. Since as long as I can remember, I have been into singing and music. And my parents realized that okay, I had a knack for it. So they pushed me forward, and my teachers also realized that okay, I was doing well with this. So they kept on pushing me forward. Okay, I'll do more, do more, do more in this. So I joined the school choir after that, and that's how it all began. But I did not get into music completely until much later because I was doing a lot of other things as well. I was playing football, I was into art and drawing and painting and sketching as well. And I was doing a bunch of other things. So this came much later, like when I decided that okay, this is something that I want to focus on completely.
Okay, so when did you basically decide to like put it out for the world to hear, and you thought it's time now, like I should focus on music and I want to pursue it full time?
Okay, so I never really thought that I wanted to pursue it full time. It was just that I wanted to focus on it a bit more. This was never something that I really wanted to do professionally until recently when I decided that okay, this is something that I can do for a living as well. But it was something that I always wanted to do. I think this change happened when I was 16. I think I was in the 10th grade at that time, or 9th or 10th or something, I don't remember exactly. And I had just started learning the guitar, and it was the first time when I was just surrounded by like-minded people and people who were into music and who were listening to these amazing bands, these US based bands and British bands and stuff. That is when I really got into it properly. That's when I started writing. I wrote a couple of songs and I decided that okay, I think it will be a good idea that I can maybe put it out there, and surprisingly just at least people in my school, they started liking it, and those were like my first audience it was, and then I just grew from there.
So even I discovered you very recently. I think I would say some 2 months back, a friend of mine shared a post, and that's when I stumbled upon your profile and I spent some time listening to your music. And really, I was in awe. It was, I think it's really something people can connect to, and I think the lyrics are really, really thoughtful, which is rare. So, what goes behind writing a song? What is your writing process? How do you go about it?
Okay, so my writing process changes every time I'm working on a new song. It's never the same. But it's usually me just sitting with my mom because everything I write, I run through her. Even if it's 2 a.m. and I knock, Mama, open the door, I have to share the idea. And she's always open to it, so she loves, listening to all of these things. She gives me go-aheads that, okay, this is something that sounds really nice and you should keep it, and this is something that you shouldn't keep it. So a very important and major part of my writing process is my mom, because like she's my number one critic when it comes to these things. Apart from that, it's usually me, just having constant nervous breakdowns, mental blocks, just like running here and there, getting angry at everybody, and just something just beautiful comes out of this entire tension that gets built up. I guess that's what my writing process is like.
So, have you written something new, during this lockdown? Have you been spending time writing?
Yes. I wrote an entire song during the lockdown, which is my fastest song. Like I haven't written anything this quickly. But this is because this was the first time that I was actually free.
Yeah.
And I didn't really have to focus on anything else apart from my music. So yeah, I have been productive, like I said.
I think it's turning out like the lockdown is a blessing for creatives, particularly. I would say.
I mean, for creating new content, yes, but I think it's not that great as well because like a lot of people depend on live performances and all as well,
Yes.
and that's completely turned off. So I think it has its pros and it has its cons as well, of course, for the music industry, of course.
Absolutely. So, what do you think about the indie music scene in our country? There are so many independent musicians coming up, and how do you think the current scenario would impact the indie music scene?
Okay, so when I was just starting out with music, like I was learning the guitar and all those things, there were predominantly, I remember that there were two indie bands. One was the Local Train, and there was this band, I think Delhi-based band, I'm not entirely sure where they were from, Kash. There was this band called Kash. And I used to love these bands, and I always felt that this culture should grow and grow and grow more and more. And I take a lot of pride that I was the first one of those, first people who accepted indie bands and stuff like that. So, and 10 years down the line now, you just see everywhere there's this indie music culture that's growing so rapidly. Every day, somebody or the other is releasing something new, and there are newer and newer artists coming out with their EPs or their full-length albums and stuff like that. So I think it's extremely good with what is happening. And yeah, I just hope it just goes forward and further. For me, at the moment, it was just about creating more songs and building an audience right now, because that's the best that I can do. I really hope that there are a lot of companies which are having these live streams and live sessions, and I hope that they realize that it is getting them traction, it is getting them viewership as well. So I hope that they start paying the artists too. One thing that I'm really happy about is because of the live streams, people are getting to know artists and their background and their lives as well. Because I wouldn't talk about my life and my lifestyle on stage, when I'm performing for people. But I do talk about it whenever I go live. So I think they get to, be a part of my life and get to see what I'm doing. So I think that is something that will bring, maybe when I have a conversation with them, they can bring up something that, I might have spoken about. So I think that will be a very good connection that we'll be building. So I think it works in sync.
Okay. So while I was reading about you, I was going through Instagram. I saw you hail from Ludhiana, which is a small city. Unlike Delhi, Bombay, and Bangalore, where the indie epicenter, you can say, are these major cities. How do you think it makes a difference for an artist coming from a smaller city and the ones who have their setup in a major metropolitan like Delhi or Bombay?
See, the first thing is actually finding the right people that you want to work with, because creating music becomes very difficult when you come from a smaller city. Ludhiana is mostly a city where you find business families. You don't find an indie music scene. So the hardest part of this entire thing was to actually find music producers, to get connected with illustrators and get your music and your videos out there. So I was lucky. Due to some lucky event, I did find somebody who I really connected with, and I do have a producer now with me who's from Ludhiana, and we have a very similar kind of a taste when it comes to music. So it's good. But apart from that, because everything is just shifted online, it's not something that's new, it's been happening since the last 10, 12 years. So I don't think reaching an audience becomes very difficult. And plus, I felt that if I want to perform, I can always travel. It's not that difficult.
Okay, so talking about music as a career option, what do you think are the challenges of pursuing a creative career or taking up, in your case, music full time? How different it is from a 9-to-5 regular job?
Yeah, so the thing is that since I was working in the family business, and we have factories in Ludhiana, right? So what happens is that I am usually working with people who are 45, 50. So you have a way you talk to them, and once you work with them for 2-3 years, your mind also changes, and you start thinking the way they think. So your mind becomes a little older. So obviously it's very different when you come to the indie music scene, when you have people who are in their mid-20s, just starting getting into their 20s, and now you have these different kind of people who you talk differently to. So I think that's a very big difference that I have faced while shifting from a 9-to-5 to the music scene. Also, when you're into music, there is no particular set time when you're working on it. You could be inspired at 2 o'clock in the morning. So that is something very different. So what I'm learning right now is that, I don't want to get lazy, because right now there is nobody else who's telling me what to do, and there is nobody who's looking at me. I have to do everything on my own. So it's very important for me to, stay motivated. So I'm taking a lot of things from my work life, and I'm putting it to use in my music scene and music life as well.
So how do you describe the Indian indie scene in a word or a line?
Underrated.
Any musician, indie musician, I would say, you really, really look up to?
Indie band, Local Train.
Okay. Who would you like to collaborate with, like your dream collaboration?
I was giving an interview yesterday and they asked me the same question.
Oh.
My dream collaboration list changes every day, trust me. I listen to some music and I just like, oh my god, I need to collaborate with this person in the future. But I think the ones who have stuck,
I would love to work with the local train. I love them. Like, I love them. You might have figured it out, till now.
Yeah.
I think Equard and I, if we do get to work one day together, I think it'll be a very beautiful song. I would love to work with Jasleen Royal just for the fact that she's from my school, from Ludhiana.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I would love to work with her, and maybe in the future A.R. Rahman, because I have grown up listening to his music and I would love to work with him.
The dream.
Yeah.
How would you describe your music in a line or a word?
Peaceful, I guess.
It is. Oh, okay. So, what are you currently reading and or watching?
I haven't really gotten into reading, but I'm watching. I don't watch series very often because I don't really have the time. I'm very busy usually. I watch movies. I love sci-fi thrillers. I think I watched like Little Women, or not, it's not a sci-fi thriller, but it's a drama. But I watched Little Women 2 days ago. I was watching this movie called The Fly yesterday, so I keep on, just watching movies every day. That's what I do.
So, what's the first thing you're gonna do once this lockdown lifts?
There is
Something
this,
you're really missing, or
there's this really tiny place. This guy sells Amritsari naan kulcha, which I am dying to eat that. So I'm just waiting for that place to open.
I think we are all just craving food, and
Luckily my mom is a really good cook. And I have a lot of family around, so they keep on sending, really cool things. Someday they'll send tortillas, someday they'll send quesadillas or spaghetti or whatever it is. So almost every day I have something that is not your normal dal sabzi.
lastly, I think we'll talk about your recent launch, Mola.
So, Mola is a song that I'm extremely proud of because I did not write it recently. I wrote it when I was 17. So, I'm very proud of my 17-year-old self because he wrote something very beautiful, and I'm very proud of it. The thing is that my family was going through quite a bit when I wrote that song because my father had just passed away, and not a lot of people know, but he was in a coma before that for 7 years. So it was like a prolonged period of 7 to 8 years, which was a very difficult time for us. And obviously I was very upset, but I had kind of sort of made my peace with it. But my sister was extremely sad, and she was extremely close to him. So that's, I felt that was something that I really needed to write about. And it wasn't even something unnatural. It was just I was sitting with my guitar and the words just came pouring out. It was something that was so easy at the time, felt so easy to write about. So that is what the story. It's a very sad story, behind the song. But I'm just so happy and so proud that I could write something like that because it's so personal. That's the story, man. I don't think I can add much to it. I think everything that I had to say about the song is already out there. So
It has come out come together really beautifully. Thank you so much. We just like to hear a few lines from you.
ਹਲੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਹੱਥਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਹਿੰਦੀ ਦਾ ਵੀ ਰੰਗ ਨਾ ਚੜਿਆ ਸਿਰਫ ਰੰਗ ਸਫੇਦੀ ਉਤਰੇ ਨਾ ਮੈਂ ਲਈ ਰੱਖੀਆਂ ਵੇ ਮੌਲਾ ਤੂੰ से इस दर पे भी लाके खड़ा तो कर अब तू से मेरे सामने ला दे ओ रब्बा. So these are the first lines, the first paragraph in the chorus of the song.
Thank you so much. It's beautiful. Any last message that you'd like to give to aspiring musicians or someone who's stuck at what if I fail? Anything that you'd like to share with them or tell them?
Yeah, definitely. So there was this thing that has been going on in my head because I always feel that everybody feels that they can improve and they can become better. But I feel that even if you don't think that you're the best at the moment, there is no problem in releasing your music because you shouldn't wait for those, to learn how to become a better guitarist or a better singer for those 2 years and then start releasing music. You can start doing it right now and learn along the way as well. You don't have to wait to become better. You can become better while you're doing it. So I always tell people to not wait to release music. Just release it without thinking too much. And then grow as you release more and more and more songs rather than, having that perfection sort of a thing.
Basically,
That's
don't
what I
wait.
Don't wait. Don't wait. Just release your music. Because music is supposed to be very raw and...
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Anup. Thank you so much for taking out time for the Artist Fix. It
was
was an
brilliant.
absolute pleasure to be doing this with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.